The Galaxy Council had judged thousands of worlds before. Some cried. Some begged. Some fought and lost. Earth was expected to do the same. The massive chamber floated above a dead star, filled with voices from every corner of the galaxy. Tall beings made of light. Armored creatures bred for war. Minds that spoke without mouths. They all waited for the human response. The Council's final decision echoed through space. Earth will submit to oversight. Its fleets will be limited. Its expansion will end. A punishment disguised as peace. Screens lit up, showing Earth's signal line. Then a nothing. No human ambassador appeared. No angry message. No protest. Just silence. Some council members laughed. Others nodded in satisfaction. Fear, one elder said calmly. They will answer soon. Minutes passed. Still nothing. On Earth, cities did not burn. People did not panic. Human ships did not retreat. Instead, something strange began to happen. Deep space sensors showed human satellites powering down, by choice. Trade routes closed, from Earth's side. Military channels went dark, not chaotic, but organized. Too organized. A young analyst from a minor race whispered the question no one wanted to hear. What if this silence is not surrender? The chamber fell quiet. Because for the first time, the Galaxy Council felt something unfamiliar. Uncertainty. The decision day became a date no human calendar marked. On Earth, there were no speeches from leaders. No flags raised. No emergency broadcasts. Life continued. That alone confused the galaxy. Commander Elias Rook stood inside a quiet control room beneath Earth's surface. Old concrete walls. Human-built systems. No alien tech in sight. He watched screens showing Earth's outer defenses. All sectors stable, an officer said. No panic signals. Rook nodded. This was expected. For years, humans had prepared for this moment. Not loudly. Not openly. Quietly. The Galaxy Council believed power came from size, weapons, and numbers. Humans believed power came from preparation. Long before today, Earth had accepted a hard truth. The galaxy did not fear humans. It underestimated them. So humans adapted. They stopped relying on shared hyperspace lanes. They rebuilt engines based on old human physics. They trained fleets to operate without galactic systems. The Council never noticed. Why would they? Humans seemed cooperative, helpful, contained. Now that illusion was gone. Far above Earth, a Council monitoring station drifted closer, pretending to observe peacefully. Inside, Admiral Keth of the Varn Collective watched Earth with growing concern. Why no response? He demanded. Human channels are quiet, an officer replied. Too clean. No internal conflict. That made no sense. Most species collapsed under pressure. Humans had not even blinked. Then alarms rang softly. Admiral, another officer said slowly, human fleet movements detected. But they are not using standard routes. Keth leaned forward. Explain. They are moving through open space. No lanes. No gates. Impossible. Or so the galaxy believed. Back on Earth, Commander Rook received the confirmation he had waited for. Phase 1 complete, the officer said. Isolation achieved. Rook exhaled calmly. Earth had closed itself off, not as a victim, but as a choice. To the galaxy, it looked like weakness. To humans, it was freedom. The first human ships crossed beyond monitored zones. No signals. No broadcasts. Just motion. They did not attack. They watched. In the Galaxy Council chamber, the silence became uncomfortable. This delay is unacceptable, one elder said. Send an enforcement fleet. Just to remind them. The motion passed easily. A fleet was dispatched, not for war, but for control. They arrived near Earth days later, weapons powered but silent. The message was clear. Submit, or else. Human response came at last. One short transmission. No threats. No demands. Just 6 words. We acknowledge your presence. That was all. The fleet waited for more. Nothing came. Then space around them shifted. No explosion. No warning. Human ships appeared, calm, steady, surrounding the fleet from every angle. They were not larger, not more numerous, just positioned perfectly. The alien admiral felt it then. This was not reaction. This was planning. Human weapons remained cold. But control systems on the alien ships began to fail, one by one. Navigation froze. Power levels dropped. Communications locked. The fleet was trapped. Back in the council chamber, panic finally replaced confidence. They disabled a full enforcement fleet, someone whispered. How? Another demanded. No one answered. Because the truth was uncomfortable. Humans had never been behind. They had simply been waiting. Commander Rook watched the final reports in silence. No casualties, an officer confirmed. Fleet neutralized. No destruction. Rook nodded again. Good, he said quietly. This was not a message of war. It was a message of limits. Across the galaxy, rumors spread faster than light. Earth did not kneel. Earth did not fight. Earth simply refused. And for the first time in its long history, the Galaxy Council realized they had not punished a weaker world. They had challenged a patient one. And patience, humans had learned, was the most dangerous weapon of all. The galaxy waited for Earth to panic. It did not. Days passed after the Council fleet was disabled. No explosions followed. No angry speeches echoed across space. Earth remained quiet. Too quiet. In the Galaxy Council chamber, tension replaced pride. Screens showed the immobilized fleet drifting near Earth, fully intact but completely powerless. They spared them, one council member said slowly. Why? No one answered. Most species destroyed enemies to send a message. Humans had done the opposite. They had shown restraint. And restraint was harder to understand. On Earth, Commander Elias Rook stood in the same underground command center. Nothing had changed. No celebrations. No cheers. This was not victory. This was balance. Status. Rook asked calmly. All human fleets operating as planned, an officer replied. No foreign systems detected. Full autonomy confirmed. That had always been the goal. Years ago, human scientists warned their leaders. Dependence creates weakness. So Earth reduced its reliance on galactic trade. Food production increased. Energy systems were rebuilt. Human-made engines replaced shared tech. The Council saw cooperation. Humans saw preparation. Far beyond Earth, human ships moved through deep space like shadows. They used no known lanes, no shared networks. Their paths confused every sensor trying to track them. Alien analysts grew uneasy. A senior strategist from the Kelran Union studied the data in disbelief. They are not expanding, she said. They are positioning. That word spread fear. Positioning meant planning. Meanwhile, the disabled Council fleet remained untouched. Human ships did not board, did not threaten. They simply waited nearby, silent and steady. Admiral Keth sat powerless inside his flagship, staring at a blank navigation screen. This is humiliation, he muttered. No, his second officer replied quietly. This is control. Back in the Council chamber, arguments broke out. We must respond, one elder demanded. Our authority is being tested. How? Another asked. They did not break any law. They did not attack. They did not invade. That was the problem. Humans had acted within the rules. Rules the galaxy never expected them to understand so well. A junior analyst spoke again, voice shaking. Earth is not acting like a cornered species, he said. They are acting like a stable one. The chamber fell silent. Stability meant confidence. Confidence meant strength. The Council issued a formal request for dialogue. Earth declined. No explanation. Just a short response. Current conditions do not require discussion. Across the galaxy, markets reacted. Trade routes shifted. Minor systems reconsidered alliances. If Earth could stand alone and remain calm, What did that mean for everyone else? On Earth, life continued normally. Children went to school. Cities glowed at night. No military parades filled the streets. Human strength was invisible by design. Commander Rook reviewed a final report. Phase 2 projections, he asked. Council influence weakening, the officer said. Several systems reducing dependence on them. Rook allowed himself a small pause. The galaxy was learning. Not through fear. Through example. Suddenly, long-range sensors detected movement. Another fleet. Smaller. Faster. A council reconnaissance group. Sent quietly this time. They approached cautiously, keeping distance. Human ships adjusted. Subtle. Precise. The alien commander hesitated. Do we proceed? He asked. Before an answer came, a human transmission reached them. Clear. Measured. You are entering a monitored region. No action is required. No threat is assumed. The alien crew exchanged looks. No warning. No demand. Just acknowledgement. The reconnaissance fleet stopped. For the first time, a council fleet chose not to advance. They turned back. Word spread quickly. Earth did not chase them. Did not celebrate. They simply remained. In the council chamber, realization settled like a weight. Earth was no longer reacting to the galaxy. The galaxy was reacting to Earth. One elder spoke softly, almost to himself. We thought isolation would weaken them. Another replied, voice low. It freed them. Far away, Commander Rook stood and looked at a star map filled with quiet markers. This is only the beginning, an officer said. Rook nodded. Yes, he replied. Now they are listening. And across the stars, fear did not come from explosions or threats. It came from something far more unsettling. The calm certainty of a species that no longer needed permission. The Galaxy Council could not accept what was happening. Earth was not supposed to stand apart. It was supposed to bend, then return quietly to the system. Instead, more worlds began to question Council authority. That could not be allowed. A closed session was called. No observers. No minor races. Only power. We must remind them who sets order, an elder said. Not with war. With presence. The plan was approved. A control fleet was assembled. Larger than a patrol. Smaller than an invasion force. Its mission was simple. Move close to Earth, take command of the region, and force dialogue. Not destroy. Control. The fleet entered human space slowly. Weapons cold but ready. On Earth, Commander Elias Rook watched the approach in silence. Council fleet crossing outer marker, an officer reported. Rook nodded. Let them come. No alarms were raised. No defenses activated openly. Human ships adjusted their positions quietly, like pieces moving on a board. The Council fleet advanced, confident but cautious. Their sensors showed human ships, but no clear formations, no aggression. That made the alien admiral uneasy. Humans are allowing this, he said. Why? No one answered. The fleet crossed the inner boundary. Nothing happened. They moved deeper. Still nothing. Perhaps they are finally ready to talk, the admiral said, trying to convince himself. Then space shifted. Not violently. Not suddenly. Gently. Stars bent. Distances changed. Human ships appeared. Closer than expected. Not surrounding, but positioned where escape routes should have been. Navigation systems flickered. Report, the admiral demanded. Minor distortions, an officer said. We still have control. For now. A calm human signal arrived. You are inside a restricted movement zone. Please maintain current position. The message carried no threat. The fleet paused. Council commanders argued. We cannot stop, one said. Stopping shows weakness. The order was given to advance. The moment they did, systems failed. Not weapons. Not life support. Control systems. Power drained in layers. Navigation froze. External communications shut down. The fleet was not attacked. It was isolated. The admiral realized the truth too late. This was not defense. This was permission being revoked. Human ships moved closer. Slow. Deliberate. No weapons charged. Boarding lights activated. Back in the council chamber, chaos erupted as live feeds cut out one by one. "They are boarding our fleet," someone shouted. "They are violating council authority." An elder slammed a limb against the floor. "No," another said quietly. "They are demonstrating it." On the flagship, human boarding teams entered calmly. No armor meant to intimidate. No raised voices. Just professionals. The human commander met the alien admiral face to face. "We are not here to threaten you," the human said. "We are here to end interference." "This space is under council jurisdiction," the admiral snapped. The human replied evenly. "It was. Until you crossed our boundary." The admiral felt something colder than fear. Clarity. On Earth, Commander Rook listened to the report. "Fleet secured," the officer said. "No casualties." Rook closed his eyes briefly. Good. The galaxy was watching. Human forces repaired the alien ships enough for survival, but not control. Before releasing them, one final message was sent to the council. Simple. Direct. Earth will manage its own space. No oversight is required. No further demonstrations are planned. The word demonstrations echoed through the chamber. The fleet was returned, damaged pride intact, weapons untouched. They limped home. Across the galaxy, reactions spread. Some worlds felt fear. Others felt hope. If the council could be stopped, without war, then perhaps power was changing. In the council chamber, silence fell. One elder finally spoke. "We underestimated them." Another answered. "No. We misunderstood them. They thought humans fought to win. But humans fought to end arguments." Commander Rook stood before the star map again. Earth's borders glowed softly, not as walls, but as lines drawn clearly. "They will try again," an officer said. Rook nodded. "Yes," he replied, "but not the same way." Because the galaxy had learned one thing now. Earth did not shout. Earth did not rush. Earth simply decided. And once humans decided, the galaxy adjusted. The Galaxy Council had fought many wars. This was not one of them. After the control fleet returned, damaged but alive, fear spread faster than any signal. Worlds that once trusted the Council began to hesitate. Humans had not destroyed anything. That was the problem. In the council chamber, elders argued late into the cycle. "They embarrassed us," one shouted. "We must respond with force." "With what excuse?" another replied. "They defended their space." Calmly. The truth was painful. Earth had not broken any galactic law. It had exposed how weak those laws were. On Earth, Commander Elias Rook reviewed reports with steady eyes. "Council fleets holding distance," an officer said. "No hostile movements." "They are thinking," Rook replied. Humans respected that. Thinking meant hesitation. Hesitation meant time. Time had always favored humans. Long ago, human war planners learned something the galaxy ignored. Loud wars end fast. Quiet wars last, and shape the future. Human fleets adjusted their patterns again. Not aggressive. Not defensive. Balanced. They remained visible, but never threatening. That visibility made others nervous. A council observation ship drifted near Earth's border, careful not to cross. Its captain watched human ships move in perfect order. "No signals," the captain whispered. "No chaos." It felt wrong. Most fleets showed emotion in motion. Fear, anger, hunger for battle. Human fleets showed none. Back in the council chamber, a message arrived from a border system. "Local conflicts decreasing," the report said. "Trade stabilizing." "How?" an elder demanded. "Because no one wants to draw human attention." Silence followed. Human attention had become something to avoid. Earth sent no warnings. No threats. Just presence. Commander Rook stood before a small group of officers. "We do nothing," one said carefully. "Is that enough?" Rook answered slowly. We are not doing nothing. We are showing restraint. Restraint was misunderstood as weakness by many species. Humans knew better. Restraint meant control over self. And self-control was the base of all power. Weeks passed. Then a council cruiser made a mistake. It followed a human supply ship too closely. Not hostile. Not peaceful. Just curious. Human sensors noticed immediately. The response was instant, but calm. 3 human ships appeared, blocking the cruiser's path. No weapons charged. A single transmission followed. You are too close. Please alter course. The council captain hesitated. He did not want another humiliation. He gave the order to adjust. As he did, something unexpected happened. Human ships moved with him. Perfectly matched. Not chasing. Guiding. The cruiser felt small. When distance was restored, the human ships stopped. They did not follow. They simply remained. The message was clear. We are watching. We always were. The incident spread across the galaxy. Humans did not punish mistakes. They corrected them. Back in the council chamber, an elder spoke quietly. This is not war, he said. This is education. Another replied bitterly. And we are the students. On Earth, Commander Rook received a final update. Council requesting informal dialogue, an officer said. No demands. No conditions. Rook considered it. Decline, he said. Not yet. Because timing mattered. Humans did not negotiate from reaction. They negotiated from position. Across the stars, fleets repositioned. Borders stabilized. Old conflicts paused. The galaxy adjusted its behavior around Earth, without being told to. That was the human way of war. No burning worlds. No shattered fleets. Just calm pressure until choices changed. In the council chamber, the realization became unavoidable. We tried force, an elder said. We tried control. And failed, another added. A third spoke softly. They are not trying to rule us. The chamber grew still. Then what are they doing? Someone asked. The answer came slowly. They are defining limits. On Earth, Commander Rook looked at the quiet star map. Human space glowed steady and clear. No expansion. No retreat. Just certainty. They will come again, an officer said. With words this time. Rook nodded. Yes, he replied. That will be the real test. Because the galaxy was learning a hard truth. Humans did not fight to conquer. They fought to be left alone. And anyone who ignored that lesson learned it the quiet way. The truth was buried deep in old records. So deep, most races had forgotten it. But humans remembered. Decades earlier, when Earth first joined galactic space, humans had studied everything. Not just technology, but behavior. Who attacked first? Who feared silence? Who confused power with noise? Patterns emerged. The Galaxy Council had ruled for centuries, not because it was strongest, but because no one challenged its system. Until now. A human research group released classified history into open space. Not propaganda. Just facts. Old council decisions. Suppressed conflicts. Worlds quietly erased for refusing compliance. The galaxy reacted in shock. This cannot be true, many said. But the evidence was clear. On Earth, Commander Rook watched as messages arrived from distant systems. Questions. Doubts. Requests for understanding. Humans did not call for rebellion. They did not ask for loyalty. They shared information. That was enough. The Council tried to deny it, but denial came too late. Confidence cracked. In a rare move, the Council called for direct dialogue. This time, Earth accepted. Not in the Council chamber. On neutral ground. The meeting was quiet. No cameras. No crowds. Human representatives spoke calmly. We never wanted to replace you, one said. We only wanted space to exist. An elder responded sharply. You undermine order. The human replied. Order without consent is fear. That sentence spread faster than any fleet ever could. Across the galaxy, Systems began renegotiating their status with the Council. Not leaving. Rebalancing. The Council realized its greatest mistake. They thought humans wanted control. Humans wanted independence. And independence, once proven possible, was contagious. Commander Rook stood beneath Earth's night sky. Stars looked the same as always. But everything had changed. The galaxy no longer asked only one voice for permission. Humanity had not shattered the system. It had exposed it. And exposure was irreversible. In the council chamber, an elder spoke the truth aloud for the first time. We misjudged them. Another answered quietly. No. We revealed them. Earth had not risen through conquest. It had risen through patience. And the galaxy would never forget that lesson. Backhand index pointing right with the truth exposed. Will the council adapt or break? The council called an emergency session. Not for discussion. Not for analysis. For a vote. The chamber was tense. Every member, every species, waited to see if Earth would finally be forced into submission, or if the galaxy itself would be reshaped. Options were laid bare. Sanction Earth again. Declare full-scale war. Accept Earth as an equal power. No one spoke. No one dared suggest action first. Because they all understood. Humans were not the same as before. Commander Rook observed quietly from Earth. Nothing changed above ground. No announcements. No parades. Just calm. Just calculation. Prepare the message, he said softly. An officer nodded. Message ready. Transmission queued. The council began the vote. Small worlds favored war. Medium powers suggested sanctions. Only a few supported recognition. Before counting ended, Earth sent a final communication. Simple. We will not rule you. But we will not be ruled. Silence fell. Not one species spoke. Not one creature moved. The weight of the words sank deeper than any weapon ever could. It was not a threat. It was a boundary. The vote concluded. Recognition passed. Not as members. Not as equals in politics. But as constants. Galactic maps were adjusted quietly. Borders marked. Trade and travel cautiously restored. Human fleets remained positioned, vigilant but silent. Their message was clear: respect the boundary, or face consequences without confrontation. Within the chamber, debate continued, but the energy had shifted. No longer did the council speak of authority. No longer did species fear immediate attack. They feared Earth's patience. They feared its clarity. Small worlds reconsidered alliances. Trade routes changed. Fleets altered their paths. Everywhere, whispers traveled faster than light. Do not test them. Do not provoke them. Commander Rook reviewed the final reports. Human actions had achieved what decades of diplomacy could not. No blood was spilled. No war declared. Yet the galaxy had changed completely. Rook allowed himself a quiet nod. Phase 6 complete, he said. Phase 7? An officer asked. Rook smiled faintly. Observation only. Let them choose their next moves. Let the galaxy decide what it learns. And across the stars, one truth was clear. Power did not scream. It did not shout. It did not strike blindly. Power waited. Power observed. Power chose its moment. And humans had chosen. The Galaxy Council had made one final realization. Silence. Restraint. The most dangerous weapons of all. The vote was over. Earth's position was clear. Not as a member of the Council. Not as a conqueror. But as a constant. The galaxy adjusted quietly. Trade routes reopened slowly. Star systems reconsidered borders. Fleets realigned. Not in fear of battle, but in respect of an unseen rule. Commander Elias Rook stood in the Earth Command Center, watching the stars stretch endlessly. No celebrations. No cheers. Nothing was needed. The galaxy had already changed. In distant sectors, small worlds whispered of the human example. They did not fight to conquer, one leader said. They fought to define limits. Larger powers reconsidered alliances, treaties, and fleets. War became less common, Not because humans stopped others, but because no one wanted to test them. Human fleets remained calm, positioned at strategic locations. Ships were visible but not threatening. Engines hummed softly, like a heartbeat that no one dared ignore. Back on Earth, Rook reviewed communications from across the galaxy. Some worlds thanked humans silently. Others steered clear, uncertain. All of them watched. The Council, once a symbol of ultimate power, now questioned its own authority. An elder whispered in a chamber full of votes and maps. They thought silence meant weakness. Another answered quietly. But silence was warning. Humanity had not demanded respect. It had earned it. Without shouting. Without force. The galaxy learned a lesson few would ever forget. Patience, calm, and precise action were stronger than weapons, louder than fleets, and more lasting than fear. Commander Rook finally turned from the star map. "History will record what we did," he said softly. "Not because we conquered," an officer replied. "Because we chose wisely." The Earth Command Center fell silent. Lights glowed softly. Screens displayed fleet positions, energy levels, and distant planets, each a reminder that power could exist without chaos. For centuries, civilizations would recount this day. The day Earth refused to kneel. The day calm dominated fear. The day humans showed the galaxy what patience could achieve. And somewhere, far across the stars, the Galaxy Council understood its final mistake. They had assumed human weakness. They had forgotten human strategy. They had underestimated the power of calm, the strength of patience, and the inevitability of a species that knew how to wait. The galaxy settled, cautiously optimistic. Wars decreased. Borders stabilized. Trade resumed. But respect, true, unspoken respect, was permanent. Commander Rook looked at the stars one last time that evening. A quiet thought passed through his mind. In space, the calmest voice is often the loudest. And for the first time in its history, the galaxy did not just hear humanity. It listened. The story of Earth's defiance would echo forever. Because true power was not loud. It was deliberate. It was patient. It was human. And humanity had just begun its quiet rule.